Dear learners, again I have come to teach you, and this is an online class on question. The formation of making question. There are three kinds of questions. We know yes not question, yes not question, and two W is question. Number three, tag question. Why the question is necessary? Actually, if we want to know something from anyone or someone, we have to ask a question, minimum a question. The pattern or the formation of asking question is in three kinds. One is yes not question, two WS question, and three tag question. Yes not question, WS question, this is very much familiar to you, you know, and you have already used this type of sentences several times. And if I tell you, then you will tell me, sir, we have already used this type of sentences in different classes. Yes not question is that type of question where the answer will be either yes or not. Such as, if I ask you, how are you? Then you will have to answer something by speaking that I am happy or I am well. This type of question is not yes not question. This is called WS question. The yes not question, are you happy? Yes sir, I am happy. Or if it is not, no sir, I am not happy. Okay, this is called yes not question. And WS question is W and H related. W and H related, it may be what, which, who, when, where, whom, whose, how, this type of. Okay, how, if I write how, here W and H. If I write what, W is, where, W is. This type of question is called WS question. Where are you going? I am going to Dhaka. How are you? I am happy. This type of question is called WS question because here W and H is present in this interrogative pronoun. Okay. Yes not question and WS question. Besides these two types of questions, another question pattern is tag question. Today we are going to discuss on this topic. Okay. Tag question. My dear learners, tag question, just follow this. Yes not question and WS question is fully a question, but tag question, we have to write he lives in Dhaka. This is a sentence. He lives in Dhaka. This is a sentence, and after this sentence we have to use a comma, and then the tag question should be written. What will be the tag question? Here this is present indefinite form. This is present indefinite form, and that's why the auxiliary verb will, if I write in negative form, he doesn't live in Dhaka. In that case, the does is the auxiliary verb. I have to write here does. The principal verb cannot be written here. Before tag question, the first thing is to place the auxiliary form here, does, and then the sentence is in affirmative form, and that's why we have to write negative sense, but that will be in contracted form. I mean, not, doesn't. Okay, he lives in Dhaka, doesn't he? Here, he is in a small letter, not capital letter. then we can say that to make a tag question, at first the auxiliary verb should be written. Then, if the sentence is in affirmative form, N, T, I mean contracted not, will come here, and then the subject. And the subject cannot be in capital letter except I. Okay, he also can be written in capital letter when by this he, if we write the name of the Almighty, then we have to write H capital form. Okay, and if the sentence is in negative form, we need not use not here. Then the tag question will be in affirmative form. Again, I am telling you, dear my dear learners, if the sentence is in affirmative form, the tag question will be in negative form. If the sentence is in negative form, the tag question will be in affirmative form. This is an example. Mr. or Mrs. Shumona doesn't teach us. Mrs. Shumona আমাদেরকে পড়াচ্ছেন না. This is a sentence. Okay. And after this sentence, a comma should be placed. This is also the part and parcel of tag question. A comma. After this sentence, a comma should be placed here, and then the auxiliary form is does here. Okay. And the sentence is in negative form, I mean not in contracted form is here, so we have to omit it. We cannot write it in tag question. Only does, and then Mrs. Shumona. In place of Mrs. Shumona, we will have to write she. Question mark, underline. Okay. Here, please try to be attentive. Mrs. Shumona is a subject and it is noun. But here we have written she. That's not noun, that is pronoun. So we can tell that Mrs. Shumona or Mr. Rohim or no noun can be placed here. In tag question, no noun is allowed. We have to write the pronoun of that noun. Okay. And if the sentence is in negative form, the tag question will be in affirmative form. If the sentence is in affirmative form, the tag question will be in negative form. And we have also heard that there is no scope or chance for us to use in here capital letter except I. I first person. It's a single letter. I went there. Here is the sentence, I went there. Here went is past indefinite form, and that's why we have to write, or we have to take here did as auxiliary verb. As the sentence is in affirmative form, we have to write not didn't. Okay, didn't, and the subject is I. Okay, and question mark, underline. To write a perfect tag question, a sentence should be written first, then comma should be placed, and auxiliary verb. If the sentence is in affirmative form, not in contracted form, will have to be placed with the auxiliary verb. There will be no space here. Does not cannot be written. We will have to write does, doesn't, does not. This will not allowed. That should be written doesn't. Okay, doesn't, and a space will come in between auxiliary verb and subject. Okay, there are many messages here, many informations here in order to write this type of tag question. At first, the sentence will have to be written, then we shall use comma, and then the auxiliary verb is a must. and if the sentence is affirmative form, not will come as contracted form, and it will be used with the auxiliary verb. There will be no space. But whenever we shall write the name of the subject, that should be written in pronoun form, not in noun form, and there should be a space here, and then a underline should be used, and a question mark will have to be placed. Without this, a student will not get full marks. Okay, the examiner may not give him or her any mark, and there are 5 marks for this tag question, and I would request all my learners, basically the learners of class 9 and 10, to understand this chapter properly and to follow the instruction and the rules of tag question chapter. Try again and again, and practice at home, and you will find which type of fault you feel in doing this. I think this is not so difficult. If you follow some rules, this will be clearly an easy matter for you. There may be some alternatives, there may be some different or difficult things. You will practice that at home, and I hope that you will be familiar with this, and you will get full marks in that question. Thank you very much. I hope you better success.